In this video, we are going to review how to put in lists of numbers into our calculators, and then once we have those lists of numbers, we can then get statistics that describe the data. So we start this by hitting the stat button, and before I do that, these are the two lists of numbers that we're going to enter into our calculator right over here in my Excel spreadsheet. So the first thing is to hit stat, and then we're going to hit edit, which is 1, or you just hit enter. And then we have our lists, which we can now populate. So we're going to populate list L1 with the numbers from the A column in my spreadsheet. So 10, enter, 4, enter, 2, enter. So I've completed list number 1. I want to press over to list number 2 and start to populate that with the numbers from the B column. So that is 10, 4, 2, 3, 3, 2, 2, 7, 1, 6. Okay, so now I have both lists entered into the calculator, and now I can get some one variable stats on these two lists. So I hit the stat button again, and I'm going to come over here and choose calc, and then I'm going to choose one variable stats. So I can either press 1 or enter. Okay, now it's asking me right here, it's asking me what list I want to do these on. And this already says L1. If it didn't say L1, I would do second and then hit the 1 button, and that would populate it with L1. Okay, and then I enter, enter, and enter. And now I have the list of stats or statistics from that from the A column over here in my Excel spreadsheet. So as you can see, the mean is 4.9. In my class, we rarely talk about the summation of x or the summation of the x squares. And you see here we have the sample standard deviation, and we have the population standard deviation. So the calculator doesn't know whether you just entered a population or a sample. So if you need the population standard deviation, you're going to use the S of x. That's the sample standard deviation. If you need the population standard deviation, you refer to sigma of x right there. And of course, little n is our sample size. And as we key down here, we see more information. We see the minimum value out of my A column, or my L1. A column is L1. We see that the median value is 4, the Q1 value is 2, the Q3 value is 7, and of course the median value is the Q2 value. And then the max value is 10. Now let's go back and get one variable stats from the numbers that we have in our B column here. So we're going to hit stat again, and we're going to go over, choose calculate, and we're going to choose one variable stat again. So that's an enter. And we don't want L1 because we put these data right here into L2. So we're going to choose L2 by hitting second, L2, enter, enter, enter. And here are the statistics for the data that we put into list number 2, L2. So the mean value is 4, the sample standard deviation is 2.828, the population standard deviation is 2.68328, etc. Sample size is 10 again, minimum is 1, Q2 is 3, right? Q1 is 2, Q3 is 6, and the maximum value is 10. Now let's go back to our lists again by hitting stat, and we're going to edit our lists. So let's say we want to clear these out to begin again. We have to, if we want to clear out L2, you tab up so that your cursor is up here, and you hit clear, and you hit enter. And if we want to clear L1, you go over there, up 1, and you hit clear. If you hit delete instead of clear, you will actually delete this L1, and it will no longer exist on your calculator, and you can get it back. But just be aware of that. If you delete, you'll lose the entire list as opposed to clearing it.